Hey guys, welcome back to our last week of God's good plans for our lives. Today we're going to be talking about Daniel, and our memory verse for this week and for the last time is going to be Jeremiah 29:11. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Okay, let's stand up and sing that song.
For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. Plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope.
Okay, let's keep on standing and sing some more.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine.
Today, we're talking about Daniel in the lion's den. Now, you might have heard this story before, either in Sunday school or from one of my favorite VeggieTales shows, also called Daniel in the Lion's Den. But let's see if we can learn something new today.
Stories of the Bible. Daniel in the Lion's Den. This is Daniel,
Oh, hey!
who was a Jewish man who was taken to Babylon when he was very young.
Yeah.
Daniel loved God and followed God's rules. He talked to God 3 times a day and asked God for help often. Daniel served in the Babylonian king's court for many years
Yeah, I know him.
and under many kings.
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel always proved himself to be more capable than all the other court officials.
Nice here, huh? Thanks. Well, anytime.
Daniel was serving under King Darius, and because of his great abilities, the king made plans to place him in charge of the entire empire.
Wow, okay.
The other court officials searched for some fault in Daniel, but they couldn't find anything wrong with him. He was faithful, responsible, and completely trustworthy.
Wait.
The court officials realized the only way to get at Daniel would be to challenge his faith.
Come on.
So they went to King Darius
Excuse me, Your Majesty.
and advised him to make a law that for the next 30 days, any person who prays to anyone except King Darius will be thrown into the lion's den.
I like it.
King Darius signed this law, and once a Babylonian king signed a law, it could not be overruled. When Daniel learned of this law, he went home and knelt down, as he always did, to pray in his room with the windows open towards Jerusalem. He prayed 3 times a day, just as he always had done, giving thanks to God and asking for his help. The officials went to Daniel's house and found him praying.
Gotcha.
They went to the king and reminded him of the law.
I remember.
Well,
Then they said that Daniel had been found praying to God 3 times a day.
What?
When the king heard this, he was very upset,
Get over here.
and he spent the whole day trying to think of a way to save Daniel.
wait, what?
By that evening, the court officials came back to the king and reminded him that no law signed by the Babylonian king could be overruled. So at last, the king gave orders for Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. The king said to him, "May your God, who you serve faithfully, rescue you." Then the lion's den was sealed shut with Daniel inside. The king spent the night fasting and couldn't sleep. Then very early in the morning, the king hurried to the lion's den. He called out,
Hey, Daniel.
"Was your God able to rescue you from the lions?" And Daniel answered, "Long live the king! My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they would not hurt me, for I have been found innocent in his sight." The king was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be taken out of the lion's den. Then the king ordered the men who had schemed against Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den as punishment. Daniel was safe. There was not a scratch on him, for he trusted in God.
What did you learn from that story? Let's take a quick quiz with Space Goat and find out.
For thousands of years, people have looked up to the stars and wondered what's beyond. Thoughts of distant galaxies, strange planets, and possibly even life unlike any we've known on Earth. But no one could have ever imagined in the deep expanse of our universe lives one furry creature with 4 legs and a jetpack. Bah. His name is Space Goat, and he's here to help you, and he's here to help us, here to help us answer life's toughest questions. How many times would Daniel pray to God? Is it A, once before breakfast? Is it B, 3 times a day? Or is it C, enough to get out of a test? That is correct. Daniel would pray to God 3 times a day. Well done, cadets. Why was Daniel thrown into the lion's den? Is it A, because he prayed to God and not to the king? Or is it B, he did not pay his Netflix subscription? Or is it C, an overdue library book? The correct answer is A. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den because he prayed to God and not to the king. Great job, cadets. How did Daniel survive the lion's den? Is it A, Daniel was a lion tamer? Was it B, the Lord shut the lions' mouths? Or was it C, Daniel gave the lions steak? That is correct. Daniel survived the lion's den because the Lord shut the lions' mouths. Well done, cadets. Till next time, stay spacey, cadets.
How did you guys do? Daniel didn't let scary things stop him from following God's good plan for his life. You know, God actually had so much good planned for Daniel's life that there's a whole book in the Bible named after Daniel. This story always helps to remind me that even when things seem scary, that praying and praising God is always the right answer. Okay. I hope you guys liked this lesson. I just want to remind you that we are holding in-person lessons, and so if you want to, you can register for those just like you would register for a normal church service. And I can't wait to see you either in a video or in person. I'll talk to you later. Bye.